Welcome to Breaking Frontiers. Have you ever wondered why some women effortlessly attract high-quality, devoted, and emotionally mature men? It's not about luck or just physical beauty. It's about mastering key habits that make them naturally magnetic. If you want to build deep, fulfilling, and lasting relationships, these 4 powerful habits will completely transform your love life. Let's dive into the secret traits of women who consistently attract the best men and how you can cultivate them starting today. A woman who possesses deep self-worth is a force to be reckoned with, not because she demands attention, but because she commands respect effortlessly. She walks into a room and there's something about her that draws people in. It's not arrogance, nor is it an act. It's the unshakable understanding that her value is intrinsic, independent of external validation. This is the foundation upon which all fulfilling relationships are built, because a woman who understands her worth will never settle for a man who doesn't. And let's be clear, self-worth is not the same as self-esteem. Self-esteem fluctuates, it's fragile. It depends on success, appearance, compliments, or achievements. It can be shattered by a single rejection. But self-worth is deeper. It's the rock-solid belief that you are valuable simply because you exist, because you have something to offer the world, and because you refuse to be defined by anyone else's perception of you. When a woman truly internalizes this, her entire presence shifts. She stops seeking validation because she no longer needs it. She no longer bends over backward to make someone love her. She no longer tolerates treatment that diminishes her because she knows on a fundamental level that she is not someone to be taken lightly. And men, especially high-value men, are drawn to this not because they want a challenge, not because they enjoy the chase, but because such a woman offers something rare: certainty. Certainty in who she is, certainty in what she stands for, certainty in how she will allow herself to be treated. And in a world full of insecurity, desperation, and performance, certainty is magnetic. It is grounding. It signals to a man that this is not a woman he can manipulate, nor is she one who will waste his time playing games. She knows her worth, and because of that, she expects and commands a level of respect that most people never even think to ask for. Now, the mistake many women make is believing that self-worth can be faked. They think they can act confident, put on a mask of indifference, or rehearse the right words to appear strong. But men, especially those who have cultivated their own sense of value, see right through this. True self-worth isn't loud, it isn't performative, it doesn't need to prove itself, it simply is. And you can feel it in the way a woman carries herself, the way she speaks, the way she makes decisions. When a woman genuinely values herself, she doesn't engage in unnecessary drama, she doesn't chase, she doesn't cling, she doesn't beg for attention or settle for breadcrumbs of affection. Instead, she moves with quiet confidence, knowing that if something or someone isn't right for her, she will walk away without hesitation. And here's the psychological reality: people will always treat you the way you treat yourself. If you tolerate disrespect, neglect, or inconsistency, it's not because men are cruel. It's because they recognize that you allow it. The most attractive women, those who consistently attract men of character, depth, and integrity, are the ones who make it clear, not through words, but through actions, that they will not entertain anything less. And when you truly embody this, the wrong men will weed themselves out and the right ones will step up, because they will know that to be in your presence is not a privilege to be taken lightly. So how does a woman cultivate deep self-worth? She starts by challenging the beliefs that have kept her small. She questions the voices, internal or external, that have told her she isn't enough. She refuses to base her value on what she looks like, what she achieves, or whether or not a man desires her. She learns to validate herself. to build a life she is proud of, to become the kind of person she would admire. And she does this not to attract a man, but because it is the only way to live a life of dignity, meaning, and true fulfillment. A woman who truly understands her worth is not afraid to set standards, and more importantly, she is not afraid to uphold them. This is not about being demanding, entitled, or unreasonable. It is about recognizing that the way you allow yourself to be treated is the clearest indicator of how much you respect yourself. If you do not set standards, if you do not establish firm boundaries, then you are leaving it up to others, people who may not have your best interests at heart, to decide how you will be treated. And that is a dangerous position to be in. Too many women make the mistake of thinking that if they are accommodating enough, if they are understanding enough, if they just go with the flow, they will be loved. But love, real love, does not come from self-betrayal. It does not come from lowering your standards in the hope that someone will meet you halfway. A woman who attracts high-value men does so precisely because she refuses to compromise on the things that matter. She does not plead for respect. She does not make excuses for mistreatment. She does not stay in situations where she feels undervalued, disrespected, or emotionally drained. She walks away. And that act alone, that unwavering ability to say, this does not meet my standards and I will not stay, is what separates her from the vast majority of people who settle out of fear. Men, particularly those who have cultivated discipline, integrity, and purpose, are drawn to women who set standards because it signals something crucial: self-respect. A woman who respects herself is a woman who can be trusted, and trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. When a woman is clear about what she expects and does not waver, a high-value man sees that as a sign of strength. He understands that she is not looking for validation, that she is not desperate for attention, that she is not willing to accept something lesser simply because she is afraid to be alone. And that kind of certainty, that kind of commitment to self-respect is compelling beyond words. Contrast this with the alternative: a woman who wavers, who makes exceptions for poor behavior, who rationalizes mistreatment because she fears losing the person who is mistreating her. What does that communicate? It tells a man that he can push boundaries, that he can be careless with her time, that he does not need to show up fully because she will accept less than what she deserves. And once that dynamic is established, it is nearly impossible to reverse. People treat you based on what you allow. If you communicate through your actions that your standards are flexible, that you will stay even when you are unhappy, then you have already given away your power. Setting standards is not about playing hard to get. It is not about manipulation or control. It is about clarity. Clarity about what you want, clarity about what you will and will not accept, and clarity about what kind of life you are building. And clarity is rare. Most people drift through life reacting rather than deciding, tolerating rather than choosing. But a woman who sets standards is making a decision. She is deciding that her time, her energy, and her love are valuable, and she will not waste them on someone who does not recognize that value. The irony is that the moment you stop fearing the loss of a relationship, the moment you make peace with walking away from anything that does not align with your values, is the moment you become most attractive, because you are no longer operating from fear. You are not seeking validation. You are not anxiously trying to hold on to someone who does not see your worth. You are standing firm. And that kind of strength, that kind of certainty forces others to rise to meet you. The men who are not willing to step up will fall away, and the ones who are will recognize that a woman who truly knows her worth is not someone they encounter every day. Perfection is an illusion, and those who chase it are bound to suffer. A woman who attracts the best men does not waste her time trying to be flawless. She understands that the pursuit of perfection is a losing game, a trap that leads only to insecurity, self-doubt, and constant disappointment. Instead, she focuses on something far more powerful: growth. She is not concerned with appearing perfect. She is committed to becoming better. And that mindset sets her apart in a world obsessed with superficiality. There is a fundamental psychological truth at play here. People are drawn to those who are engaged in meaningful self-improvement. Growth signals vitality. It communicates resilience, curiosity, and an ability to adapt. It tells the world that you are not stagnant, that you are moving forward, refining yourself, and evolving into something greater. And this is deeply attractive to the kind of men who are also striving towards something worthwhile. No man of true character wants a woman who is afraid to change, who clings to comfort, or who views herself as a finished product. The best men, those with ambition, purpose, and vision, seek partners who understand that life is a process of constant learning and refinement. The mistake too many women make is believing that they must already have it all together before they can be worthy of love. They believe that they must be flawless in appearance, perfectly composed in behavior, and entirely without weakness in order to attract a great man. But the truth is, perfection is repelling. It feels fake, performative, and ultimately exhausting. No one can maintain it, and those who try often end up deeply unhappy. What is compelling, what is truly magnetic, is authenticity combined with a relentless commitment to improvement. A woman who acknowledges her flaws but refuses to be defined by them, who recognizes her weaknesses but actively works to grow beyond them, that is a woman who captivates. A growth-oriented mindset does something else too. It fosters deep emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable. No relationship, no matter how strong, will be free from challenges. The ability to adapt, to learn, to navigate hardship with wisdom and strength is what allows a relationship to survive and thrive. A woman who embraces growth does not crumble under pressure. She does not see failure as a verdict on her worth. Instead, she views every challenge as an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. And men, especially those who are building something meaningful in their own lives, gravitate toward that energy. They want a partner, not a project. They want someone who is willing to grow alongside them, who understands that the foundation of a great relationship is not static perfection, but dynamic evolution. But this requires humility. Growth means admitting when you're wrong. It means recognizing that you don't have all the answers. It means being open to learning, even when it's uncomfortable. And too many people, out of fear or pride, resist this. They would rather cling to their flawed but familiar ways than face the difficult work of self-improvement. But a woman who is serious about attracting the best men does not fall into this trap. She is willing to do the hard work of looking inward. She asks herself tough questions. Where can I improve? What patterns am I repeating that no longer serve me? How can I become a better communicator, a stronger thinker, a more emotionally intelligent partner? She does not expect a man to fix her, nor does she place the burden of her happiness on his shoulders. Instead, she takes full responsibility for her own growth, knowing that this is the key to a truly fulfilling life and a deeply connected relationship. A woman who embraces growth is not desperate for a relationship. She is focused on becoming the kind of person who would naturally attract and sustain a great one. She is not waiting to be saved. She is actively building a life worth sharing. And this is precisely why the best men take notice. Not because she is perfect, not because she has achieved some impossible standard of flawlessness, but because she is real, she is striving, and she is moving forward with purpose. A woman who consistently attracts the best men understands something fundamental. Strength is not the absence of vulnerability, and confidence is not the rejection of warmth. She does not confuse emotional walls with emotional intelligence, nor does she believe that hardness equates to power. Instead, she has mastered the delicate balance between resilience and receptivity, between independence and connection. She knows how to exude feminine energy in a way that does not weaken her, but makes her formidable. Because it is precisely this combination of strength and softness that high-value men find irresistible. Feminine energy is not about submission, it is not about passivity, it is about presence. It is about knowing how to engage with the world in a way that is open, aware, and emotionally intelligent. A woman who embodies this does not shrink herself to be liked, nor does she posture with arrogance to appear invulnerable. She has cultivated the ability to connect deeply, to listen with intention, to express herself with clarity and grace. She understands that emotions are not weaknesses, but tools. Tools that, when used correctly, build trust, forge intimacy, and create relationships that are not only passionate, but enduring. Men, especially men of depth, men with vision, men who are building something meaningful, are drawn to women who know how to regulate their emotions, not suppress them. There is nothing attractive about volatility, about unpredictability that stems from emotional chaos. Nor is there anything appealing about cold detachment, about a woman who believes that shutting off her emotions makes her powerful. What men seek, what they crave but rarely articulate, is a woman who brings a sense of peace without losing her own fire, a woman who can challenge them without belittling them, a woman who can express her needs without demanding or manipulating. This kind of woman understands that emotional intelligence is not just about knowing what she feels, it's about knowing how to communicate it in a way that strengthens her relationship rather than weakens it. She does not lash out in frustration when she feels unheard. She expresses herself in a way that invites understanding. She does not let resentment fester in silence, expecting a man to read her mind. She articulates her boundaries clearly and calmly. And when a situation calls for it, she knows when to be assertive and when to be yielding, when to lead and when to allow someone else to take the reins. There is an undeniable magnetism in a woman who knows how to cultivate joy, not superficial, fleeting happiness, but a genuine appreciation for life, a lightness of spirit that is not easily dimmed by minor inconveniences. This is what makes her different. While others are caught up in constant dissatisfaction, in bitterness, in an endless search for something to complete them, she has learned to find fulfillment within herself. And this, in turn, creates an environment that men want to be part of, not because they are looking for someone to entertain them, but because they recognize the rare and invaluable nature of a woman who can bring peace to their lives while still maintaining her own passion and purpose. She is not at war with men. She does not view relationships as battles to be won, nor does she operate from a place of cynicism or distrust. She is discerning, yes. She is wise, absolutely. But she does not allow past wounds to poison her ability to connect in the present. She knows that if she carries anger, if she carries bitterness, it will become part of her presence, and the best men will sense it and walk away. Instead, she cultivates an energy that invites trust, that signals she is both strong and kind, both independent and deeply capable of love. Now that you know the 4 key habits of women who attract the best men, it's time to implement them in your own life. Remember, the right partner isn't found by chasing or settling. He is drawn to the energy, confidence, and self-respect that you cultivate within yourself. If you're ready to transform your relationships and attract the kind of love you truly deserve, start applying these principles today. The moment you elevate yourself, The right man will naturally recognize your worth and step up to meet you at your level. Are you ready to embrace these habits and create the love life you've always dreamed of? Start today, because you are worthy of the best love possible.